It's been a struggle this season for Motherwell. Wins have been scarce for the club to come by over the past 4 months, and today is certainly not a win for Motherwell. In fact, it's a big fat L. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football, and today is a massive blow for Motherwell because they've just lost one of their key players, their top man up front, their top goal scorer. Mika Biereth has just been randomly recalled by Arsenal. Things were going well for Biereth. He was making up for some of the goals that Fanfane obviously wasn't scoring. Now he's no longer at Motherwell. He wasn't an outright replacement for Fanfane, but he was doing a job. He was keeping Motherwell afloat, and he was scoring enough goals for Motherwell to probably be safe this season. But now Arsenal have just decided to randomly recall Mika Biereth out of absolutely nowhere. The loan deal was supposed to last until the end of the season. Arsenal, for one reason or another, have decided to recall him. There's rumours that they're just going to loan him straight back out to an English Championship team. So maybe they think if he plays in the Championship, he is getting a higher level, or maybe more of the wages will be covered. I'm not too sure why they would do this, but they've just completely screwed over Motherwell. A lot of Arsenal fans have been on forums. They're not happy about this decision. They think that Arsenal have done Motherwell dirty. And, I mean, I kind of agree. Now, I get it. The parent club can recall their player if they want, but this has got no impact on Arsenal, okay? Arsenal don't need the money. They don't need this guy in their starting 11. Whether he stays the season at Motherwell or comes back to Arsenal, that does not matter a shit to Arsenal, but it matters quite a lot to Motherwell because they've been relying on the goals that Mika Biereth has been scoring this season, and now they're going to have to do without him. They're going to have to go and try and get players in with only a third of the window remaining. This is what Kettlewell, though, had to say on the entire saga. Quote, Mika has been recalled. It has been a difficult one for us over the last 24 hours, but Arsenal have called him back. That's a major disappointment to us. Of course, they feel that he has been in a terrific position. They've loved the working environment here. I go back to the personal relationship with myself and the player, and the staff to the player has been terrific. This is a little bit unexpected. The conversations surrounding the situation that Mika would stay here until the end of the season as close as just last week. That he would 100% be staying at Motherwell unless something really big came on the table for Arsenal, and something that they thought was an opportunity that they couldn't turn down. I'm certainly not belittling my football club because I think that we're excellent at what we've been doing. Mika Biereth being another example. There's a circumstance and situation that is completely out of our hands that they believe is now an opportunity to send him to another club that takes him that step beyond where we are just now. My hands are tied on that. It's a major disappointment in that one for me as well. There has been a huge thank you from Arsenal for how we've handled the situation and the player, and how we've treated him, and the strides that he has made over the last 5 months or so. We loved working with him. We loved having him in our group. He's a good player. Everyone has seen that, but I can only say that it's a situation which is completely out with our control. There is a recall on all of these loans, and we felt unless something major came in that Mika was going to be here, but it seems that opportunity has come about. That's not for me to tell anybody what that is or what that looks like. All I can tell you is that the player has been recalled and is back down at Arsenal now. End of quote. So there you see, Stuart Kettlewell being pretty professional. He's not attacking Arsenal or calling them out for the way they have handled this, even though you could maybe argue he's got a right to do that because a lot of Arsenal fans are unimpressed. There was multiple comments from an Arsenal forum with Arsenal fans saying that they've done Motherwell dirty. They're not happy about the situation and that it's not a good look that Arsenal are willing to screw over clubs like this, even though they don't need Motherwell, even though it's unlikely that Arsenal would ever be relying on Motherwell or would need a good working relationship with Motherwell. A lot of Arsenal fans are not happy that Arsenal are giving off this perception that they will just literally screw you over and recall a player whenever they want. And I get it. I know that you've got that option. The recall option is there. But just last week, Stuart Kettlewell says that they were speaking with Arsenal and that 100% Mika Biereth was going to remain at the club until the end of the season, and Arsenal, for whatever reason, whether they believe they can get a good offer or whether they believe they can make more money from the wages or they want him playing at a higher level, it doesn't matter the reason. Arsenal have recalled him, and now Motherwell are without him, and they are going to struggle because Motherwell are already struggling. And if we're being completely honest here, I think the only reason why a lot of people aren't worried for Motherwell right now is because of Livingston and how bad Livingston are. If Livingston were not in this league, people would be looking at Motherwell as genuine relegation contenders because their form over the past 3, 4, 5 months has been shocking. And I know they're not losing game after game after game, but they've got like one win in that period of time. It's not good for Motherwell. Even though Stuart Kettlewell has come under pressure, there's been talk that he could be losing his job. And this is not going to be good for them going into the second half of the season unless they can replace Biereth. So they're relying pretty much on Theo Bair, Ollie Shaw and John Obika in the forward areas right now. Can they bring someone in? Do they have the money to bring someone in? What about Kevin Van Veen? Kevin Van Veen is always talking about he wants to return to Scotland. He talks about Rangers. Could Kevin Van Veen make a spectacular return to Motherwell before the end of the January transfer window? I think it would be a great fit. Van Veen wants to come back. Motherwell now need to replace Biereth. I think it makes perfect sense. Bring Van Veen back to Scottish football and get him back at Motherwell. That's what I would like to see happen. I would welcome Van Veen back into the Scottish game. Thought he was a good player, and I'm not going to say no. Whenever good players come into the league, whenever good goal scorers come into the league, it makes the league overall better. So yeah, I would be happy with that. So Van Veen to Motherwell, I think it could happen, but Motherwell definitely need to do something. I think they need, unless they, I know they're not going to finish last, Livingston will go down, there's no doubt about that, but I think if Motherwell do not bring in a striker to add goals to their team, I could see them finishing 11th, and they could be in that relegation playoff come the end of the season. Let me know what you guys think down below. Biereth's gone. Will Van Veen return? We'll have to wait and see, guys. Only 12 days remaining of the transfer window. Catch you in the next one. Peace.